Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the New Year's Eve parade for 2020.
Can't believe we're here already.
I know, it's been a tough year, but we're here to bring you some joy and some fun and some laughter for this evening's program.
So join us from home because tonight, I think we're way too much. We've broken the scale. Those COVID kilos.
I know.
So tonight, what we're going to do is we are actually having a COVID-safe New Year's Eve parade because not even coronavirus can stop the New Year's Eve parade. We've gone through wars, we've gone through
Famines
plagues,
and floods,
fires, and the parade has never stopped. And this year is no exception. So come with us into the Daylesford Town Hall, and tonight we're going to experience a new world, Max.
Woohoo! A nice new
mystical
world, yes. Of COVID-safe New Year's Eve parade for 2020.
The amazing Jeff Stewart has created a beautiful scape of the town.
An incredible scape of the town.
And a record number of floats, I think.
I think it is a record, yes.
So it is. Thank you to everyone who has contributed their floats. What we have got are some of the most beautiful floats I think we've ever seen.
They're fantastic, yes.
But I also think everyone's got to pick up their game for next year now because these floats, I've had a tear in my eye, Max. Maybe it's just I haven't been out that much.
I think that's probably it, Lauren.
Yeah.
I think you're excited to get out and that's all he's doing.
Put some sequins on it. It's been a year without sequins.
Oh, really? I would never have noticed.
Subtle. Lauren and Max bring subtle wherever we go.
So next year everybody's going to have to up their game because it'll be live hopefully next year in real terms.
In person you can come and see us next year, but this year you're all at home.
You just have to put up with our faces here.
So I hope you're all in your pyjamas, cuddled in,
it's
glass in hand.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Okay.
Glass of whatever you prefer, whether it's soft drink or a little champagne.
That's right.
A couple of bags of
scotch
chips,
or something.
Couple of bags of chips, dip.
Some hot chips would be nice, wouldn't they, right now?
Yeah, okay. I can smell them now. The chicken shop, actually.
So there's going to be really exciting, something different for this year.
A little bit different. We will also have our friends from the Daylesford Pipe and Drum Band joining us at the end of the evening.
Absolutely, fantastic. So a lot of people have put a lot of effort into this year. So if you're at home watching us on Facebook Live, welcome. And we will
stay tuned for the next sort of half an hour.
That's right, and we'll bring you all the floats that have been entered in this year's New Year's Eve parade for the online version.
Now we're trying to get back into the town hall, so don't worry, it's going to be very professional this show.
Oh, absolutely.
So get ready.
Professional to the nth degree.
Nothing screams professionalism like Lauren and Max, does it?
Exactly, no. Exactly. So here we are, inside the town hall.
Daylesford's town hall.
Yeah, fantastic.
Max, are you ready?
I am ready, Lauren.
So now we're joined, look at this beautiful street. Joining us on our gorgeous streetscape here in Daylesford, we have Sandy from the Daylesford Pipe and Drum Band. I always get that wrong, Max. It's the Daylesford Pipe and Drum Band.
Pipe and Drum Band, yes.
So Sandy is going to pipe us in to the parade. Normally we have people piping us out, but we're piping it. We're being piped in. We're reversing. Everything's mismatched during COVID. So Sandy will be joining us up on the balcony in a moment.
Yep.
And we will be kicking off with a rendition of Old Lang Syne from Sandy from the Daylesford Pipe and Drum Band. He's emerging.
to Sandy from the Daylesford Pipe and Drum Band. Thank you, Sandy. And here we are back in the main street. Woo-hoo.
I don't think Vincent Street's ever looked this good.
That's right, exactly.
Vincent Street has never looked this good.
Never looked this good. All painted up and ready to go. And
first off, though,
yes,
it's really important, Max, that we acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting today, and acknowledge
Lauren,
the Dja Dja Wurrung people of the Jara Nations, and recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and we remind ourselves that sovereignty was never ceded.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, our first float this year is from Sue Stewart, and the title is Garden of Elation. Sue Stewart has made this float to bring joy and happiness to all viewers, hoping that 2021 will bring much happiness, peace and good health. This float will be sold and the money raised will go to Beyond Blue, so that's a fantastic thing to do. Thank you, Sue.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Sue. And Sue's one of our volunteers helping us tonight as well. So next up is a float from Rachel. This is Rachel's second parade. She's sad she can't be with us. You might remember Rach from last year as Queen Rach, who took out the Best in Crowd costume prize. Now, Rach is always on the lookout for witches and is happy to capture one. If she captures a wicked witch, she'll get out the Breville and turn the bad wicked bully into a sandwich.
Fantastic.
Do you get it?
Yes,
it's just so funny.
It is.
So that's Rachel's New Year's Eve joke for you. If you see Rach in the street, say hi. She's always up for a chat. Who's next, Max?
The Hepburn Springs Golf Club cart. The club was established in 1926 and has gone from strength to strength. No longer is the course a short 9 holes, it's now 18 beautifully grassed fairways and carpet greens, and all welcome. If not to play, then simply enjoy the views and the hospitality at the 19th hole.
Oh, I might enjoy some. I like a little bit of hospitality.
Good.
Who are the two players in the golf cart, Max?
The two players in the golf cart are Joan and John.
Oh, Joan and John,
so
looking good. Having a little quick hit there at Hepburn Springs. As you can hear, the crowd's going wild as well.
Absolutely.
So our next float.
Yes.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Not that I can play favourites, Max.
No, not at all, Lauren. No.
I don't play favourites. No one knows we play favourites. So this is for Hepburn Regional Community Cheer. Thanks to the Nightingales for the preparation of the float. One of their major initiatives is the Christmas Cheer Day of Giving and the Christmas Day Lunch. And so that's the theme of today's float. Many people don't know that Hepburn Regional Community Cheer do back to school support and have auspiced many community things such as a women's podcast, youth events and other initiatives with the Central Highlands Rural Health and the Daylesford Community Op Shop. We thank our local community, businesses and community groups for supporting Hepburn Regional Community Cheer throughout the year to provide cheer, empowerment, equity and wellbeing. We were certainly lucky to host, I was lucky enough to host the Christmas in July, and it's certainly a wonderful event. Now, who do we have next?
Next, we've got the Daylesford Table Tennis Association.
Oh, I love a little hit of table tennis.
Right. So it's situated in Victoria Park, welcomes all comers of all ages and all abilities. Open social programs on Friday and Sunday and competition Wednesday evening. So come along and enjoy the fun. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, and after the table tennis, if you're feeling fit, we've got Daylesford CrossFit. It's a small gym started from scratch with very little. It now has 40 adults and 20 CrossFit kids, and is now a significant community group that gets together as often as possible to exercise, chat, and help each other. Before the COVID pandemic hit, they did 2 fun runs to raise money for bushfire relief. During lockdown, Daylesford CrossFit has provided online classes to keep spirits up. Lockie and the team look forward to 2021 for better things to happen at Daylesford CrossFit.
What a fantastic night, Lauren.
Oh, I am having an absolute ball.
And the next float to come along, yes.
I'm hungry.
This is the Twofold Bakehouse. So welcome to them.
I love a nice Twofold Bakehouse bread.
Absolutely. Baking traditional sourdough and using the flour, sour rice from small-scale farmers and millers. So it's a representation of traditional farming, milling and baking skills through the centuries. Thank you to our community who have supported us, and that's from Alison and Katie.
Oh, I love Alison and Katie.
Yeah, beautiful food.
Now next up we have one of our biggest supporters here, which is the Daylesford District Community Bank branch. Particularly Simon, Sean, Amanda and Kate, They're wishing all of their loyal customers and the local community a very happy and safe new year, and they look forward to seeing everyone again throughout 2021. Now, Max, did you know that since the Community Bank started in 2011, they've provided more than $467,300. That's nearly $500,000. Let's just go with that. Yeah. In funding and sponsorships to help 165 local projects and groups. Community banks are owned by shareholders and reinvested in the local community. The bank has grown every year, and in 2019-2020, they amounted to providing over $113,000 in grants and scholarships. Who's next,
Awesome.
Max?
This is the Daylesford Primary School.
Oh, buongiorno!
That's the one. Pinocchio and friends come to Daylesford to wish everyone a happy new year. The float was a collaboration between the Italian classroom and the art classroom.
And how did we say it? Feliciano Nuovo. Maybe we need to go to
Italian class, yes. What's next, Lauren?
Well, up next we have the entry for the Daylesford Community Op Shop. They're symbolic in the role that the op shop plays in the local community. As suggested by the lighthouse with the glowing light atop, the op shop serves as a beacon of light for the local community. It's a place where all are welcome and where low-cost items can be found. When there's a house fire, the op shop provides replacement for what's needed. If someone needs information about local services, the op shop is there. The op shop recycles for the community, preventing lots of waste of perfectly good items. It's a fun place to come and wander and chat with the volunteers, and imagine what you could do with the many strange and wonderful things that people donate. But only imagine what you donate, Max.
Oh, yes,
Then the best bit of all is the money taken in by the op shop is returned to the community in grants, large and small. So their float is made up of a set of donated measuring cups stacked as a lighthouse, topped by a Super Bowl to represent the beacon of light.
Fantastic.
What's next, Max?
Next we have the Clifton Remedial Massage.
Oh, I could do with a massage.
So my name is Brian. I'm a neuromuscular.
Your name's not Brian, that's Brian. He's the masseuse on the
Remedial massage therapist. 25 years experience, along with a variety of other different practitioners from doctors and physios. So he's in Hale House in Raglan Street. If you need a massage, you can
look up Clifton Remedial Massage. The number's there. Give Brian a ring. And the hand of the beautiful cat Davies. Now, the next float is in honour of Vale John Madigan. 2020 has been a challenging year, and also a year that our village lost its Senator Blacksmith. Many people think of politicians as a single dimension. John had many strong views, but was always willing to listen to others and not to judge them on their news on a topic. He loved education. He wanted Australia to be self-sufficient, manufacturing produce, growing food. And 2020 has shown all of that is still important. He stood up for people, whether it be immigration, lupus, and many other things. This float was the forge to host some of his quotes about what a caring and thinking man we knew, but the media rarely showed. John was central to the early years of the Swiss Italian Festival and lobbied hard to get insurance for the festival. Long chats by the forge on the issues of the day will be remembered by many. So Vale John Madigan, and we look forward to next year's Swiss Italian Festival, hopefully, where we can honour John in a more ongoing way.
Yes. Now the next one is one by Ralph Stewart.
Oh, happy birthday, Ralph!
The design was Stu Art of Glen Lyon. The inspiration is a collaboration of Australian unity and my birthday. So the message is start planning for next year's float and start saving for my birthday presents.
Well, and also Ralph has been one of our amazing volunteers
as
well.
Yes.
And listen to the crowd continuing to go wild.
I'm sure we've got a few cents we could throw into a candle for...
Yeah, we'll chuck it in. Also, better extinguish that candle. I'm worried that it's going to
set fire to
things.
That's right.
Speaking of things that are on fire, you know what's on fire? A good disco, Max.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the blue light disco. This has been made by the Newton Tribe.
I wasn't around in the time.
No, because you're very old.
Yeah.
Or young.
Young, that's right.
So this is blue with Daylesford blue light logos and flashing blue lights on the roof. The blue light Daylesford is about promoting connection between members of the police force with our local youth and engagement with the community. The Blue Light Disco has done a lot of great things this year, including a wonderful initiative around doing some public health promotion posters with local artists around COVID. So thank you to the Daylesford Blue Light Disco, in particular all of the volunteers. Now up next, The information centre.
Yes.
Where do you go when you need information, Max?
You go off to the information centre. They have got a plethora of information down there.
And so many volunteers.
So many volunteers. Amazing brochures for bushwalks, for anything you want. It's
lots
just
of
fantastic.
local arts and crafts you can buy there as well.
Lots of stuff.
Run by Hepburnshire, and we thank Hepburnshire Council for all their support for this year's New Year's Eve parade, including letting us use the town hall. What's next, Max? Who have we got?
Is the Daylesford Girl Guides. During 2020, our unit stayed together and using 200 metre on, using Zoom on a weekly basis, we learned new skills and new ways to connect with members in our community. Our peg dolls represent each of us, and Tom the Bear is our unit's mascot. Happy 2021 to everyone from the Daylesford Girl Guides.
Oh, Happy New Year, Daylesford Girl Guides.
Fantastic.
Thank you. What a great float. I love these peg dolls of all the members. Oh, look at the crowd out the front of the pizza shop. There's the town hall where we were a minute ago.
Yep, out the front.
And
now
we
we're
love
inside.
wildflowers.
We
this
do.
spring has been a wonderful wildflower season in the local bush with an abundance of lilies, mooner, everlastings, orchids and pink bells. We love some pink bells,
we
don't
do.
we, Matt?
Pink bells are awesome.
Now, blessing our gardens with wildflowers makes a vibrant home for insects and birds. And this float is made with love by Liz Gamble and Pete O'Mara. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
And don't forget that you can vote during tonight's parade broadcast for who is your favourite float.
Who's your favourite float?
Speaking of floats, who's next,
Who's next? We've got the RDA, which is the Riding for Disabled. So this was in 145 developing the... RDA operates in 145 countries, developing the abilities of and enriching the lives of people with disabilities through sporting, therapeutic, educational and recreational equestrian events. The Daylesford branch was established 25 years ago, based at Boomerang Ranch. So thank you to the assistance of Boomerang Ranch, generous individuals and community groups and local businesses, they can access everything they want. New members are always welcome. So, yeah, fantastic stuff from RDA.
Oh, and you can look them up online now. Next,
you can.
This is the Playground Garden by the beautiful Luna and Fab Petrucci. Luna is 8 and Fab is 6. And their dad, Anthony, is actually helping Ash with the camera work this evening.
He's one of our volunteers.
So this float was inspired by a friend who built a float for the usual New Year's Eve parade but was cancelled. So they hope that you enjoy this beautiful playground garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
wonderful stuff. Thank you.
So cute. Thank you,
So
Luna
good.
and Fab.
And now we're back in the main street, going past the bargain place.
Oh,
Charcoal chicken, which we wanted some of before. We didn't get
Hi, Lisa at Charcoal Chicken.
No one raced out and got us any, did they?
No,
It's just rude.
I
mean, really.
Now, who's next, Max?
The Lake Daylesford Swim Classic.
I've never been swimming in the lake. I don't know how to swim.
Celebrating our annual lake swim around the beautiful Lake Daylesford. Now its 12th year, a 100% volunteer-run community event, raising money for our friends at La Fectiac Foundation Primary Care in East Timor. So it's on the 14th of February, Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So rock down to the lake.
COVID-safe event.
It is,
and take your Valentine down there.
And I don't know how to swim either, so there you go.
Oh, well.
We'd be just floundering.
As always. Just floundering around, making it up as we go along.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Up next, we've got a beautiful book of the top hits of 2020, the fabulous books that have sold well. So we've got it from Paradise Books. The Plague, A Brave New World, 100 Years of Solitude.
Brilliant.
And Rhymed We the Living, Year of Wonder, and Sally Rooney's Normal People.
Normal People? Yeah, okay.
Those books summarise everything that's happened to us in 2020. Thank you to Paradise Books for staying open and keeping us well read with books and puzzles.
Lots of stuff to do. And the next one is the Daylesford Youth Theatre.
Bravo!
Bravo! COVID has been tough on the performing arts this past year. Live performance was one of the first industries to close down and will be one of the last to fully recover from the pandemic. Local theatre troupe Daylesford Youth Theatre were unable to produce a show this year. However, the enthusiasm of these young performers was undaunted as they jumped into Zoom drama classes and returned to the studio towards the end of the year. The pull of footlights is always strong.
Oh, it's always strong for us.
Always strong for us, yes. We hate to be in the footlight. And local young talent for acting, dance and performing will have a chance to strut their stuff on stage once again in 2021. The show must go on.
Oh,
we'll be there.
And I think the New Year's Eve parade has shown the show must go on.
We hate the camera, you know.
I know.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
thank you to the Daylesford Youth Theatre and to Councillor Jen Bray who put this float together as well.
And what's next one?
What's next?
What's next?
You know what I love?
Oh, you do. I know.
I love a good.
You know the tractor pull.
I love a
Anything
tractor.
that's
Look at the
pulling,
crowd
you
though.
love
The
it.
crowd's going wild.
Crowd's going wild, yeah.
Look on the street, look at them waving, going wild. I love a good
You like
tractor
the pulling
pull.
of the tractor,
I do
yeah.
love the tractor pull. So the Volato Vintage Tractor Pull is on this year on the 7th of March 2021. It's
Fantastic.
a COVID-safe event. So go along and enjoy the Volato Vintage Tractor Pull.
Why not? And the next one, of course, is from the Daylesford Library.
Oh, libraries are the cornerstone of our community.
They are,
aren't they?
and we both love the library, and they've got a lot of new books in there.
So head down there.
Head
They've
down there,
helped everyone
Hepburn
out during
Library,
COVID.
yep.
Get your library card and get borrowing.
And it's not only books, it's DVDs you can borrow, it's music,
And
it's all
things on your
audio books
iPad
and
too.
things on your iPad.
It's-
And they've got free Wi-Fi down there as well, so yeah,
Everything.
you
And
can rock on.
a bathroom.
Absolutely, and a bathroom. We all
Now,
know that.
coming up is one of the cutest floats I've seen by Jane and Charlie. Jane and Charlie's float acknowledges the great joy that dogs bring to many people's lives and
So
celebrates the great dog community that gathers at Victoria Park. So this is Daylesford Dogs of Victoria Park.
Fantastic.
Jane wants to say a big thank you to Harry, Scotty, Cyril, Lily, Flame, Grizzly and Charlie, and to all their owners whose names Jane's forgotten.
Right.
Because it's all about the dogs
It
and
is
not
all
about the
about the
owners.
dogs,
And
yeah,
look
yeah.
at the fun those pups
The
are
owners,
having.
the owners just drive them there, and yeah, it's all about the animals.
So
Absolutely.
take your dogs down to Big Park and let them run free. Well, not my dog, because
No,
it's a
no.
rascal and you run away.
Yeah, that's right.
But, you know, good dogs you could take.
Yeah,
and
good
thank
dogs
you
you
to Bell
could do.
Property. We've just gone past Bell Property.
know, there you go.
They're helping us with all of our signage this year for
Yes.
the New Year's Eve parade.
Thank you
as well.
very much for
Without
that.
the donations of the community, we couldn't have the New
No,
Year's Eve parade at all. Who's next, Max?
Now this one is the Daylesford Community Health Centre. So all ages, all abilities, all spiritual beliefs, all sexual orientations, all genders, all countries of origin.
And they have had a rebrand this
They
year.
have,
They're
yep.
Central Highlands Rural Health.
They are.
They've got the rainbow tick. I'm
Yep.
a client of Central Highlands
And
Rural Health.
better
Are
to
you,
get,
Max?
I'm a driver for Central Highlands Rural Health, yes.
So we all enjoy their services
We
and
do.
we thank them for keeping us well and safe during
That's
COVID,
right,
because they
absolutely.
did host a respiratory
They
clinic
did,
as well.
yes.
Next up is a float from the Daylesford Neighbourhood Centre and the All Abilities Group. The All Abilities Group meet at the Neighbourhood Centre once a week,
Right.
and people of all abilities come together with volunteers. They do cooking, arts and crafts, and work on activities of
Oh.
daily living. They're such a fun group.
That's
I have an art
fantastic.
studio in there, so I hang out with that group sometimes, and they are fun.
Okay,
Always
excellent.
having a ball.
Always having a ball. Now the next one we've got is from the Sewing Salon.
Oh, we love Sam at the Sewing
We
Salon.
do love Sam. So Bad Hair Don't Care by the Sewing Salon. The inspiration for this float was looking back on 2020 and how it has changed us. The COVID masks and toilet paper have been defining symbols of this year in isolation. While it's been difficult, it has also been a year of teaching us to go slower, to focus on our well-being and arts, crafts, gardening and cooking, and all the things that nourish us. Although a bit tongue-in-cheek, our float is about recycling and repurposing and creating a better world from the remnants of a challenging year. So thank you, Sam.
Sam.
Fantastic.
Oh,
And
the
who's up?
parade is
Oh, look at
flying
that, we've got a
through.
fire truck. Yay!
Oh.
Wouldn't be a New Year's Eve parade without a fire truck.
Exactly, and
Or
we thank
six.
all our emergency.
Oh.
Well, they're normally clogging up the roundabout at this point, so
Exactly.
we thank all of our emergency services.
We do.
The ambulance, the fire brigade, the local CFA brigades, and the SES for everything that
Yep.
they do.
And the nurses and doctors too.
Exactly.
Just so many.
They're all cornerstones of our community,
They are.
and without them, we wouldn't have gotten through this year or any other year.
That's
in
right,
fact.
exactly.
And last year, the CFA Glen Lyon Juniors were the winner of the Cup. If you'd
Oh,
like
yes.
to vote for the winner of this year's Cup, cast your vote on Facebook. Type in the comments and let us know who is going to be the winner.
Yep,
Next
fantastic.
up is a bit of a snazzy float.
It is a snazzy one.
Everyone at the Daylesford and District Historical Society wish the community a very happy and safe new year. The volunteers operate our local museum. They care for all of our artefacts and help us understand our community. They acknowledge that we are on Jar Jar Wurrung country, and this float highlights a few of the iconic images held at the museum.
Fantastic.
The first shows the Daylesford Spa Centre and Holiday Resort float in Melbourne's first mover parade. Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that's
just
right.
love
We're
the
there.
parade.
We're all over the
We've
place.
got a guest house from the 1930s and students at the old Musk Schools circa 1930.
Fantastic.
Historical photographs have power. The buckets on the float also represent the buckets and buckets of support and work that the volunteers do to protect the collection while the building has sustained ongoing leaks and water seepage. So thank you to everyone. And for the record, the first formal New Year's Eve parade occurred at the end of 1927. So we're nearly up to 100 years.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
the shops in Howe, Albert and Vincent Street decorated their windows. So this float was made by the team at the Historical Society.
Brilliant.
Now next up,
this is from the Hepburn Shire Council. It's time to say goodbye to 2020 and look forward to what we hope will be a healthy, happy and prosperous 2021. Hepburn Shire Council would like to wish everyone a safe, healthy and happy new year. Council are proud supporters of the New Year's Eve Gala and Parade each year. So we can do that and bring back jobs, help out locals and get Australia going. So that go local, go first.
and in particular, the Hepburn Shire Council would like to congratulate Kath Davies and all of the team of volunteers here at the New Year's Eve Parade for everything they've done in keeping tonight going and the tradition of almost 100 years alive.
Absolutely. Next up, there's the crowd in the main
look
street
at the
again.
crowd, they're cheering.
They're loving it.
Oh,
Loving every minute of it.
Absolute ball. Who wouldn't be? This is
That's right.
This is unusual but great fun.
Yes.
Now, next up is the Dharma School, adorned with their beautiful Tibetan prayer flags. We've got some gorgeous students here from the Dharma School having fun on the float in the parade. So we thank the Daylesford Dharma School for their contribution to our community and for their float in this year's parade.
That's right. And the next one.
Speaking of all things that are educational and nourishing,
food.
Well,
Hepburn Whole Foods Collective is a not-for-profit community group which aims to support a vibrant and secure community food system. We sell whole foods and fresh produce in Daylesford and Hepburn area to provide a connection between growers and their community. We are 100% volunteer run, so check the website, and they're now located within the tennis club in Perrin Street.
Where the Dharma School used to be.
That's right, yeah.
Lucky
So thank you very much for their food and their service.
Oh, a cherry actually.
Yeah,
I might
absolutely.
have to steal one off the back of that float.
Of course you could.
Well,
probably plastic. But anyway.
No, it's going to be real. I'm going to eat it. It's going to be delicious.
Okay.
Next up, we have got the Terra Nullius Breakfast, which takes place each year on the 26th of January. We gather outside the Daylesford Town Hall on Jar Jar Warang spoken for country and share breakfast together between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. The breakfast is a community coming together to acknowledge the legal fiction that the nation-state of Australia is founded on. We come together to grieve the suffering the first people have endured due to Terra Nullius and to praise Aboriginal resilience and renewal in the face of continued colonisation and the continued use of the legal fiction Terra Nullius. Always was, always will be, all are welcome. And I was lucky enough to be at the first Terra Nullius breakfast a few years ago, and hopefully we'll be there again.
Right.
Speaking of breakfast,
the next one,
where do we like to go for breakfast?
It's Cliffy's, and this is an absolutely outstanding. I mean, they're all outstanding because people have gone to so much effort this year. But this one is brilliant.
Two chairs for us, Max.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coffee out the back.
So the title of this is Socially Distant Lunch for Two at Cliffy's, made by Lan Stanley Craft for Cliffy's. The side terrace at Cliffy's has always been a great spot to grab breakfast or lunch in 2020. Outdoor dining has been more important than ever. In this model, the single table represents the restrictions that the restaurants have endured this year, but celebrates the new opportunities for outdoor dining that Daylesford has embraced.
That is fantastic,
That is
and
brilliant.
I think Daylesford and the community have come together, and our hospitality industry, to stay vibrant, to stay alive, and to keep businesses going and employed. So thank you to all of our hospitality workers who've endured so much this year, business owners, and also all the customers that have supported local. And speaking of supporting local,
yes,
this is the food truck. This float is in support of local farmers and producers. So this is by Gary Thomas at Spade to Blade. Gary met with Florian of Mount Franklin Organics at his farm yesterday morning.
Yeah,
he picked
wow.
micro veg. They really are micro veg.
They're so tiny, so cute.
Oh no, they're huge vegetables in comparison to the bakery. They're almost at the height of the roof. And Gary met with Florian to pick the micro veg from his wide array of growing crops. 5-year-old Max Hoffinger kindly donated the use of his toy truck, handmade by Adrian Deacon. Gary's takeaway from COVID times: support your local networks and they will support you.
Absolutely.
And Gary's done that all year. So thank you, Gary, and everyone at Spade to Blade.
And we're up to the last one already, Lauren. What's going on? That's so quick. So this one is from Juliet Stockfield, aged 10 years old.
10 years old.
She's the youngest member of the Daylesford and District Pipe and Drum Band.
And we had Sandy joining us before from the pipe band.
So the Daylesford and District Pipe and Drum would like to wish everyone a happy Hogmanay That's Scottish for Happy New Year. Stay safe, be happy, and we hope to play for you again in 2021. Ginger Rogers said, I can do everything that Fred Astaire does except backwards and in heels, which is a fantastic quote. 2021 may look different, but we will find a way to get through it all. So thank you very much to Juliet as well.
And that's what it's been. It has been about
brilliant.
finding a different way of doing things, Max, hasn't it?
Yep, absolutely. And we found that, I think. We've got through it all. We're here at the New Year's Eve parade.
And I think that's what we've seen here today at the parade.
Yep.
We've had a wonderful time. It's been unusual. I think it's been very different, but I think it certainly has been the most fun ever. Now have a listen. I can hear those pipes playing.
You can too. There you go. The pipes are calling. How brilliant is that, babe?
What a wonderful way to end the parade.
Yeah,
Happy Hogmanay, Max.
Yes, exactly. Very much so, Lauren. And we've been so happy to present this again.
Oh,
a little bit different to our usual standing on the balcony and being out in the limelight.
It is a little bit different.
We'll put up with it for now.
Well,
yeah,
you know.
We can't do anything about it.
You've got a parade, we'll be at it.
But I mean, look, if our cameraman was clever enough, he could actually do holograms of us and pretend we're on the balcony. I mean,
exactly,
I don't see what the difference is.
I know.
He's looking at me with a strange look on his face. Anyway, that's normal for me.
We would love to thank all of our volunteers who have put tonight together.
Yep.
Ash and Anthony have helped with filming. To everyone who's in this room now who's built trucks, to Jeff Stewart, who, Ash, if you pan over to Jeff, he's a man that doesn't like to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. But now he is. He's got to be in the spotlight.
It was
now.
Jeff and Kat.
Yeah, thank you, Kat. Come on.
It was Jeff and Kat's vision to put this all together.
And thank you so much. It's been brilliant.
I walked in today, and when I saw those floats, I almost burst into tears. It's just been
it's
so
just
beautiful.
Fabulous. It really has
this.
been. Thank you for inviting us back to do it again. We just
We're
love
so
this.
Thrilled. Now,
we love this.
Kat's holding the beautiful trophy.
Yes, she is.
You have about 15 minutes, friends, to vote. So type in who you think should win. You've got 15 minutes. Type in. Max and I will take that into consideration.
We will.
And then I'll come back to you live from my lounge room and tell you who the winner of this year's
in my glitter
pajamas
yeah.
to tell you who the winner of this is.
You're going to do this outside, you said.
Outside, outside in the swing.
And we'll put some flowers
in there.
Exactly.
And we'll see who is the winner of this year's New Year's Eve parade. So get voting. Thank you for joining us. We've had a wonderful time. Thank you to all the volunteers and everyone who has sponsored the parade this year. And most of all, thank you to everyone that put in a float.
We really enjoyed it all, and your floats are outstanding.
It's been breathtaking.
It has been brilliant.
And if for all of January you're able to come and have a look at the next to the post office, you can see all of the floats and Jeff's amazing streetscape in the vacant building next to the post office. So come along and check it out.
Thank you,
for
everybody.
joining us. We've had a ball. Happy New Year, Max.
Happy New Year, Lauren. Mwah.